Oblivion. And here we are at the Gate of Oblivion outside of Chorrol. But we're going to go talk to the Countess. I think it's a Countess. I forget. Here first. For a couple of reasons. One, because I didn't remember if I needed to sell things. I do. And two, because I'm not sure if you close the gate before you show up, if they don't just give you another one, right? I don't know. So we're going to find out. We're going to cast our spell of being fast and get to running. It's not as fast as the spell of being fast can make you go, but it's still a little fast. Yes, the Countess Ariana Valga. Oh, thank you. You were quite gracious.
I'm Countess Valga of Chorrol.
In the middle of an investigation, I'm not going to ask about that.
I cannot. Goodbye.
So, in grand fashion, we are going to ignore the other stuff they need. There's a lot of hours of gameplay in this game, and you just have to decide what you're doing. I mean, you don't have to decide that. When I first played, I certainly never approached any of the guild quest lines with the vigor and relative focus as I'm doing with this playthrough and the other ones. Besides the arena, which, like all people, I'm drawn to. Although we avoided it on this person. Not least because I didn't feel strong enough to do it on expert.
I don't mean to.
I'm literally not going to ask.
I'm sure there's something.
Like, I don't care about what's going on with your life, ma'am. We're going to hold on to that ebony dagger for what I think are obvious reasons.
An excellent bargain.
Alright, so we're just going to sell all these silks and teeths.
A fine transaction. A fine transaction.
Now this is like not smart probably. We're just trying to make a little money, although we don't need it.
Thank you. Take care.
But we might get a level. We won't be able to get it before the. I mean, we could just bash it, right? I mean, we might as well. We might as well just bash a level out, and then we'll be able to sleep and get, you know, a few more stats before we go. So what do we want to level? Illusion or alteration? Yeah, we'll just bash alteration. That'll go quick. And while we're doing that, we'll find the inn. So I'm sure we will. It won't take too long to get, you know, 2 or 3 levels of alteration here. In the part of the game where you have, you know, 100 intellect and decent willpower when you're high level, it's trivially easy to level magic. It always has been so, but now all the magic schools are easier to level than before, so. Here we go. Oh, we'll need one more. The amount of skills per level that you need to level up, of course, goes up, and I don't, of course, know what those exact numbers are, but I'm sure that after just a couple more clicks, we'll be ready to see the up arrow on our screen.
Good day.
There we go.
Hello.
No? Alright, one more. Man, I was further away from the level than I thought. I don't think that any more leveling at this point makes the enemies any harder, so I think it's just all gravy. But maybe it'll increase the frequency of the the bad ones. But we're already seeing the most dangerous foes in the whole game on a quite regular basis. Wow, even that wasn't. Okay, so you know, we needed to get alteration to a higher level anyway, because when we can cast the spells for like weakness to magic and stuff. Yeah, this is all what we were supposed to be doing. Yeah, absolutely. Because we need to be able to get some better enchantments when we go up to our house. Although our gear is very good already, right? Well, not our gear, but our overall resistance stats, which are the only thing that matters. So we see that I've got 9 frost shield and then 25 fire shield. So that's 34 points of shield plus the 39 here. Which is really just 35, but that takes us almost to 70, and then you add in our light armor amounts, and I think we're already damage resist capped, probably. So you only have to get to the number 85, and here we're at 12, 14, yeah, so at 20 there, so we are damage capped on physical damage resist as far as I know, and
Hello.
of course, we'll be able to access that in better ways as we improve our gear, but...
Bye. They went off into the forest to fight those monsters, and I'm worried about them.
Everything is working out great. We need to put our dukes up there, increase our speed.
Evening. Hello.
Now you can buff your speed to absolutely comical amounts, but we're just gonna go to pretty good amounts. That's our goal. We'll leave the comic hilarity for others. And after that little prelude, it is now ready to roll out. With our trusty Daedroth in hand. And let's see what morph of Oblivion Gate this is. Is this towers? So we just got to get to the center one. I don't know if there's a shortcut here. You know, we'll just we'll wing it. I bet there is. I bet we can jump around somewhere. But first, we're gonna have to figure out what's going on with these fights. Oh yeah, definitely gotta. Because these guys, like, they have real weapons. Like, an ebony battle axe, that's a real weapon. It also weighs just way too much. I'm going to hold on to it, though. It's possible that we won't get carry weight capped with other stuff, but it's quite likely that we'll need to, or want to get rid of it. And for a really good Oblivion character, you always, or I always, I like to get a set of feather clothes to wear, right? So, because they have a low carry weight, so I'll have like a whole like armor / jewelry set with enhanced carry weight on it, plus the spells. So if you get, you know, to where you want to travel or at the end of a dungeon with a ton of stuff, you can do that. Some people just mod out carry weight entirely. I don't think that's very sportsmanlike, but everybody, you know, gets to play differently, and that's part of the beauty of a game like this. The other part is in the realizing of goals. For example, if my goal is to climb here and jump around, can I realize that goal? Now this one we can get through. But is this even desirable? Speaking of, is this even desirable? We were walking in fire. That is not desirable. Definitely not desirable. Alright, so we might actually have to figure out how to do this the right way. Yeah, we'll just... Yeah, we walk up into the tower and then go into that thing. Yeah, sure, absolutely. Wizard. Not really sure what's going on with all these other sparkles, so we're just gonna ignore it. Daedroth. He big mad. Yeah, try to get some. Oh, no, 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 no. I dropped the Azura Star. That would have... Oh, I would have been a sad panda. I mean, the star is everything. Without the star, I am nothing. Daedroth timed out. Not ideal. Because I have shock damage weapon items, right? Yeah, both of my daggers are shock, and then... Yeah, let's just see if we can throw something else on, yeah, fire on strike, that's what we'll do. I wanted to save this for something else, but... It's more practical to be able to actually fight our enemies. Alright, so that did not save any time at all. I think with this one, you sort of need to go into the towers or have very, very high acrobatics. Speaking of high acrobatics, look at the way that one died. Interesting. Very interesting. Not really sure what's going on there, but maybe I'll figure it out whenever we get up to it. If there's a lever, you pull it, right? And if something bad happens, you just deal with that later. Oh, that one released the Spider Daedra, which is awesome. Very cool, very smart. Not a mistake by any means. Oh no, I'm paralyzed. Well, that's not great. Fortunately, you know, with max damage reduction, which we're at or nearly at, we don't have max magic reduction, but we do have like 65 just out of the box. And that is often enough for a good amount. But yes, we have opened the Tornado Gate. I think we had already opened it, and I was just opening it twice. But I have no idea what that gate is. I do know that the center tower is the one with the sigil stone, though. You can always tell from the brightly flaming stuff. So maybe we saved a bunch of time by going around. I don't know. It's possible that we'll have to do something else to get in. But we shall see. We shall certainly see. There are a ton of doors here. We're going to try to go up, but perhaps none of them lead up. Oh yeah, we just want to go across. So everything... All the ones that lead to Wastes of Oblivion we don't want. Unless all of them lead to the Wastes of Oblivion, and the only other doors are on the upper level. That might actually be what's going on. Alright. Yeah, so what do we... I don't know how this place works, but we'll figure it out. I'm willing to walk out of every single stupid door here. Oh, maybe I need to, yeah, maybe I need to open all of these gates. So those are the exterior gates there. Yeah, maybe that is what I'm supposed to do. Maybe I'm supposed to be walking around clockwise and opening all of them. Man, that's, I don't remember this gate style at all. You know, they're different morphs of them. Yeah, and this is the one we already did. I just don't, like, and then what do? We go down? I mean, we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. It just, hey, Shade Freeze. Yeah, you know, I don't remember this gate style at all, but I'm just gonna go and hit all the switches, and then once that happens, I'll see if I can figure out what's going on. Yeah, I think it's just like bones in there. Oh no, there's a guy. Unthinkable. Not a bad guy here of all places. Need to repair the old armor. All right, so that's all of that. We could theoretically jump down. Down doesn't usually lead to success, though. Normally, in Oblivion gates, you're always trying to go up, right? Yeah, landslide. We've already done that one. And I don't, you can't go up, right? It's just this internal circle here. And there are dudes there. Like, we could go down, I guess. It just seems bad. But then again, everything we're doing here seems bad too. I'm gonna go to where that guy is and see how that works. Or we'll die. Oh, looks like we'll die. Ah, no, this won't kill us. It'll merely hurt. Alright, good news. We're on the bottom where the gates have been opened. I don't feel any further from actually figuring out what we're supposed to do than when we started. Because, like, where we were at was not helpful at all. Okay, so we've got... Is there like a grand entrance? No, there's not. It just they let you walk around the outside. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. That's all right though. Because I'm so strong, I don't even know why I bother blocking anymore. No, you gotta level your block up. If you don't level your block up, then you have to sit still for an extended period of time. I'm like, what's my Daedroth doing? I urge you, buddy, to come over here, man. This one doesn't want to die. Give me your soul. Alright, so in conclusion, we are no closer to figuring out where to... But all the gates are open, and that is roughly good? Sure. Alright, so we go in there, and then you theoretically try to get to the top, right? Right. And we've opened all the gates? Right. Right. Alright, we'll just try again. We'll just go into one of the towers and try again. They all seem the same, but we haven't been in this one yet. Maybe we screwed up by not going into the towers the way that we were supposed to. Maybe there's like alternate things that we would have gotten to if we had opened these. Alright, good news. I don't understand any of what's going on. Better news, I'm not upset about it. So we're just going to keep on going in everything and hitting all the buttons, and then maybe eventually things will be better for us. Can we go into this tower? What if we go around? Oh, come on. How's my... There we go. I'm like, how's my dude not going to even finish one of them off? Fortunately, I am, like, super tanky now once I got these last couple of enchantments sorted out. My gear can't handle all these hits. My gear is, like, totally dissipating. My gear can't live through, like, one big fight. But I am so big and strong now. You know, I dropped it again. Give me my star. Oh my goodness. You know, whenever you hit the button twice and it just disappears. Not great. Not great. Alright, so we're gonna go to this one because... yeah. No? No. Here. So this is Landslide Tower. We've already been to the top of it, but, you know, whatever. Maybe there's something at the bottom that matters. Yeah, because we've already opened this gate, like, forever ago. It doesn't reclose them or anything, right? So you have these towers, and then they all lead to the central tower, which should be the place that you want to be, like, theoretically, right? Right. But it's not. It's not, because it leads you to this place where you can't go anywhere. I'm going to try to jump down. Alright. Alright, he's taken care of now. He's not gonna be bothering anybody. I don't get it. I do not understand. Alright, gotta get the old fire dagger out. Oh no, Spider Daedra, we're probably about to die here. Yep, need to get back onto the shock sword. Because we'll be fine unless they pop. You know, paralyze on us with low HP. But I think we're fine now. We've recovered. Yeah, Spider Daedra going down now. Missed the soul trap. Clean. Alright, no. So this is the Citadel Hall door. That's yeah, there we go. Now we can go up. Now we figured it out. Your stuff just breaks so fast, if you're me. Come on, drop it on his head. Come on. Come on. Yeah! Guillotine. It goes, it goes, it goes, it goes, it goes. All right. Now we can go up. Probably. Now we can probably go up. I've established some time ago that I am no kind of expert in this particular Oblivion gate. Some of them I'm like, oh yeah, you can do this thing. I kind of remember. This one I'm like, I don't know what's up. So, like, is the damage to my items done by the damage that I would take before reduction? Because they're just shattering. Just, like, in no time at all. But that would make sense, you know. It would make sense. It's just also a little bit annoying. Missed it. Higher up on the portals to natural disaster, yeah. Now we're on the path. I'm trying to figure out how you're supposed to do this one, not like how I did it. I legitimately have no idea. Like after having done this, I'm like, how are you supposed to? Like, you go to one of the things. Do you need to open any of the gates? Like, what's even going on with the gates? And the Spider Daedra gently cradles onto the railing in this OSHA-compliant Oblivion gate. They, after all, would not want any of their valuable employees to be harmed in the course of taking over the corporeal realms. We're just gonna pop in up here and see what's going on. There's not very many foes here yet. Alright, there we go. I'm like, there's gotta be at least 2 guys. Here we got a Kin Marcher. They're, you know, weaklings and cowards. I mean, they're very brave, but, you know, weaklings. They die well. Oh, this is a Markins. He's a higher level one. He just happens to be a summoner. So it's like 3 bad, big bad summoner dudes here, it looks like. But they'll be fine. Spider Daedra are the only real worries. Because after all, you cannot heal when you're paralyzed. Where's he at? There's he at. Alright, yeah. And there you have it. That is... Yeah, I don't know. I guess you're supposed to get into the central one and fall down? That doesn't seem right, though. I guess you're just supposed to find the correct way up? I don't know. Because I sort of went around and jumped into a weird spot where I started out in. So, like, maybe if I had gone in the logical order that it wants you to without going off path, it would have been fine. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm not an expert. I'm just a hero doing their best. Now, I don't need praise for this, but I wouldn't look askance if everyone in town just praised me forever. I mean, that would be fine. I wouldn't get mad about it. Why would you? After all, if they love me. I love the Chorrol sigil. I like world tree looking symbols. They're good. Of course, horses are great too. There's a lot of great sigils here in the land of Cyrodiil.
Good tidings, citizen.
Good
Like,
morning.
look, they got a nice little white tree there. It's very fetching. And we're gonna have the conversation with the Countess of Chorrol that we've had with so many other counts and countesses, which is, hey, I did that one single thing you
It's a
needed me to
pleasure
do.
meet you. Your reputation precedes you, Hera of Kvatch. You have done my city a great service by closing the Oblivion Gate.
Oh, don't I know it?
I will now gladly send soldiers to aid in the defense of Bruma. Consider it done.
Woo! Amazing. Now to ignore her problems forever. I mean, to be fair, we did sort of solve some of her problems just then.
Hi there.
Oh yeah, we need to check the sigil stone. What did we get? Oh, it's terrible. Absorb endurance and resist disease. Well. Ooh, but this one, so 30% chameleon is actually really strong. It's chameleon's a very good ability. Chameleon's like invisibility, but you can do stuff. And, you know, the percentage is like your obscuration. So if you get 100% chameleon, you can just do anything and no one can see you. I consider it not a bug, but a game-breaking decision, right? It's, it absolutely is intended by the game that you can use chameleon in this manner. I will always believe that it is. If it wasn't, they wouldn't let you stack it up that high, you know, but I don't think it's very sporting. I could see doing it for like thievery, you know, if you're like a master wizard who decides that they wants to become a thief or something, or even happening upon it and then using it to commit to a life of crime. But exactly, and that's why I won't even wear like 20%, because when I glimmer, I won't be able to see like my beautiful mithril shield as I bravely hop through the sky. And that would be, you know, a tragedy for me and the people of Cyrodiil. They wouldn't be able to see my inspiring beauty. Not that I like elven armor, it just, you know. I had to put spell absorb on something. Because while I do like gold, I mean, like, I think the silver with the gold inlays of mithril is a much more fetching aesthetic overall. Like, for my money, I haven't seen, like, a full suit of glass armor in-game, actually. But I've seen, like, individual pieces, and, like, it looks okay. Like, it looks really awesome. Actually, it looks great. But, to me, like, the mithril armor, that looks like... It looks like the best armor that you could get, you know. It looks like magic mithril armor. It looks amazing. It you know, it glimmers in the sun. Like, the helmet has impractical junk on it. That looks great. It looks like something that a hero would wear. And the armor looks, you know, gold. It's fine. No, elven armor, it's kind of cool. It's just not cool in a way that I like, you know, that that aesthetic is not the one that I dream of. I like the silver look. Also, the Elven Armor is just slightly too bulky for my taste, with the big old power shoulder pads and all. But we're going to be able to stop off at the Imperial City, get a bunch of improvements for the house, and talk to whomever this elder is, and see what he needs done. I was failing to keep my speed magic up. We could have been here already. I like the lighter armor robes the most, yeah. Robes look so cool. Like, the clothes in the game, wearing them look great, but, you know, because you don't find enchanted ones with near the frequency of heavy and light armor, at least in my experience, you know, like out in the world, you know, you don't expect to find them in a chest that often. You find them sometimes, but, like, they often are, like, kind of bad. And, you know, that's fine, but whatever. So it's like, you have to get your enchanting to a place where you can enchant the robes, and then, like, that's fine. That's great. Like, one of the best parts of Oblivion is the system, right, of magic and enchantment and, like, customization. But it's also nice to be sort of like a self-found character and feel like you can get good things. And I feel like, or even just buying cool stuff from merchants, you know, like, there's some stuff that's just clothes, but overwhelmingly, I've always felt like in the Elder Scrolls games, like light and heavy armor, you know, they get more love. But before we talk to this person, we want to head to the old market district. We'll take a shortcut through. Or actually, you know, no, we'll just go and chat to the elder or whatever. I don't remember anything about this guy at all.
By keeping your voice down.
I like how that's the only guard in the game who acts polite.
Trespassing in the Imperial Palace is a serious crime.
Hi, Chancellor.
Did you say? Joffrey sent you? What's this about? Quickly now. This is terrible news. Under normal circumstances, I would dispatch a legion or two to Bruma immediately. But
his necklace is clipping into his
are they? I've been
robe.
pleading for troops for Cyrodiil for weeks, but the generals assure me that the entire Imperial army is already fully committed. Besides, I'd have a full-scale political crisis on my hands if I tried to pull any troops out of the provinces. I'm sorry, but the cities of Cyrodiil will have to fend for themselves for the time being.
Alright, so what we see there is the evidence of an empire in utter decay, right? First of all, this guy isn't going to help. What a jerk. Second of all, so if you have a literal empire, and 100% of your military forces are committed already to stabilization internally, you're done. You're already over. If you don't have military reserves at all, you have already lost, regardless of the context. Reserves are absolutely essential for the sustaining of any system. So what this guy is just saying is, we're already failed.
Please excuse me.
And he's not going to help. He's like, they're all fighting the invasion somewhere else? That's ridiculous. And I'll tell you why. Because they should have at least somebody somewhere that's not already internally involved. And the idea that they can't spare anyone for the seat of the empire is nuts. Just, you know, I'm starting to think that all may not be well in the internal workings of the Empire. I wonder what'll ever come of that. Looks northward. Yeah, because again, like, not to belabor the point, but I will a little bit. The inability of the Empire to send military relief somewhere, even in a crisis situation, it's already over. it it's already over for the Empire. They just don't know it yet. One of these days, the Dark Brotherhood is gonna knock on their door and pull a really nice sword out of a boat, and they shouldn't be surprised when it happens.
Only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you in?
And we're just gonna sell all the scrolls because that's who I am. I'm a person who's never gonna remember.
That's a good deal. A fine transaction.
Never gonna remember to take them and use them, so there's no point in holding on to them. Here we go. We'll sell a couple of Ebony Delights. Marvelous, marvelous. How many hammers do we have? 10. We should get more. Of course, 10 hammers is the new 20, now that we've got our breakpoint.
Goodbye.
But
Please come again.
Go ahead.
What's going on?
what? Oh, an enemy has done this.
Like the gods you pray to, show me what you've got!
Are you supposed to be impressed?
You'll never take me down.
It's just, I hate getting into these fights because, like, I'm always afraid that I'm going to swing and hit a civilian. But, our summon is marvelously unfriendly firing, right? Like, our summon's a real good dude. He never makes mistakes. And then in no time at all, a guard will walk up and helpfully say, "The body's still warm."
By the gods.
Yes.
By the gods. Yes. Understated and elegant. By the gods. Yes. Stop it off at the Mystic Emporium to get all the stuff for our house.
You seem quite... It's my... Have a look at my wares.
All right, there we go. All the stuff for the house.
Tell your... Bye.
Oh,
Good
and
day.
it says we have purchased all the stuff, so now we know
Some
we've
of my
purchased all the
fine
stuff.
wares. I understand. Take care.
Alright, so time to move over to Cheydinhal and talk to the Count there, and then that will be the last of the holds to deal with, and then we'll pop into Frostcrag Spire, be able to do a little bit of stuff, and then go back over to Bruma. But I think, yeah, because we've got some dungeon crawl to do too, right? The Blood of the Divines thing for the Shrine of Tiber Septim, yeah, so we'll... Alright, how to get out of here? Front gate, back gate. Is there a way to jump out easily? We'll go this way. No, we won't, because that's right, the way that this game interprets the markers is absolutely bonkers when it comes to the Imperial City. It'll just give you an arrow that's the opposite of the general direction that it wants you to go. Like, here, go this way, but, like, secretly now you're in the middle of everything. Like, you could have told me to go left twice. Like, no, you have to go right 4 times. Then and only then.
Bo Thiel from the Arcane University is looking for someone to chase the bandits from
Oh, I had the necklace on the whole time. You know, with some spell absorb, that gate would have been slightly easier, but even without it, you know, why is it? Yeah, see, like right now, it's telling me that my marker is over there. Lord only knows why. But something about the perceived paths that we should be on. But now that we're close enough to the road, it probably thought we were inside the city or something. It was trying to lead us to a door. That would make sense. I mean, abstractly, you wouldn't want the marker to lead you to a place you could not go. But in a more, in a less abstract sense, wouldn't it be nice if it pointed in the direction on the compass that you were going? I guess both things would be nice. I love a good storm in this game. We're gonna be so fast we'll just run across the top of the water. You'll see. You'll all see. The Necklace of Water Walk, one of my favorite items to find. Underwater breathing's great too, but Water Walk is just so stylish. Plus, it lets you walk on lava and Oblivion gates, which frequently is beyond okay and is actually very good. But sunlight breaks. Our beautiful tower stands atop the mountain there. Man, you know, the structure of Oblivion really is such a pleasure. We're just gonna cast a couple little explosivos here.
Fall before me, Breton.
Like, she had a dagger. It was a dagger made of ebony. Where is it?
Do your worst. Die, cur.
It looked like an ebony dagger anyway. Alright, well, there it is. I found it. The gear breaks so fast. It's got to be done as a being reduced by the amount pre-damage reduction. And light armor has less durability per, or rather, less hit points per, like, relative level. So, you know, if you're at Orcish armor, it'll have more hit points before it breaks than Elvish armor does, even though they're relatively in the same band of the game. Which is why a lot of people, depending on aesthetics, so you can get maximum damage reduction, you know, in light or heavy armor. And once you have all the requisite perks, they don't weigh you down when you're wearing them. So a lot of people will choose to go with heavy armor because it lasts longer before you have to repair it. I'm more of a light armor guy and just like repairing it anyway because I just like the light armor. And now, I think the light armor looks amazing. I mean, Daedric armor looks fine, but I feel like Glass and Mithril are both a cooler look. And even Chainmail, in a lot of ways, is a cooler aesthetic than, like, the Daedric armor to me. Although the Daedric armor is, like, very heavy metal. It's very heavy metal. It's cool. I just, like, it's not what I want to look like. It's great that my enemies look like that. Like, it's perfect that my enemies look like that. And we should have been doing this the whole time, but we're just gonna So we need to get to 25 alteration so that we can get
I've bought a few things at Mark.
a few of those spells access to them. The weakness to magic and such. It's like the good old days. Holding down a spell button, running and jumping. The true happiness of life. Some people think it is driving your enemies before you and hearing their lamentations, stealing horses, that's a big one. But I think running and jumping and casting spells is. I like his little butterflies here, it's very nice.
My first was with an open Oblivion. Not long ago, my son, Farwell, has taken some knights and entered the gate in hopes of meeting the enemy head-on. If you want to help, bye.
Yes?
That is interesting. This is the only place where anyone from the town is like, yeah, we're gonna go help you. No, like in the Bruma one they did. It does stop you from sprinting when you're doing the casting, but not from jumping.
Good afternoon.
Hello?
All right. So we're gonna see if we can help these guys out.
Haven't you heard about these gates to Oblivion opening up all over Tamriel?
No, please tell me about them.
Much to say. These gates to other places. Well, it's very hard to explain. I'm not sure I even understand it. I hear tell that the Daedra make their way through these and invade our lands. It's sort of a door to the world where they live. Haven't seen it myself and don't intend to. Being this close to one makes me nervous. The good news is nothing's come out since Farwell entered. About 2 days ago, Count Indaris, the Count fears
6 men, nice.
At this point, Count Indaris is offering a reward for the recovery of his son from inside the gate. If you find him, or the rest of the Knights of the Thorn, get them out of there. New to these parts, the Knights of the Thorn are a bunch of rabble who fancy themselves true knights. It's tolerated.
Alright, so Knights of the Thorn, they're not very good at being knights. No one's got a lot of RESPECT for Farwell. We're gonna see if we can save them. That's the tower to go to. This is definitely a unique gate. This is definitely a little unique. Oh, body already. Causing a little rock slide there. Like, are we supposed to jump down? Normally I'm like, alright, maybe we'll go on the path, but here, yeah, maybe you're intended to make your own way. Maybe you're intended to go down this way. Ah, a door. There we go. Oh no, I picked up a bunch of trash out of there. Fishing waders? I don't need those. They look awesome though. But I don't need them. We should get our good spell gauntlet on, and now time to get to work. And just in time, we capture a soul. Our stuff's about to break. We're just gonna go ahead and switch to Daggero Flame here. Okay, where is the Storm Atronach, and why can't I hit him? Okay. Are there two of them and I can't hit either? Okay. Okay. Oh no. The good news is they aren't hurting me. The bad news is they are in my way. Can I just run through them? Yeah, 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 yeah. But he's like in crackhead mode and trying to run into a wall. Alright, well, this is not promising. So they're currently physical immune. Can I get through them somehow to get to the door? They're currently physical immune. Somehow. They are stuck in the doorway, and my summon won't attack them. Can I get, like, in here and summon him so that he has to? I almost got to the door. Alright, we almost got to the door. This is the worst day of my life. Okay, they're not physical immune anymore. We got them. We got them! Now that they can be struck with the thing, we'll be fine. We'll just stab them repeatedly, and everything will be okay. You know, it was really not being able to hit him with my dagger that was causing me all the consternation. There we go, much better. Whoa, I was like, what enemies are nearby? And then almost get hit in the head by a rock. Smart. Yeah, I'm thinking I could probably just parkour down the whole side of this thing. Because, I mean, what would be stopping you, right? Only not knowing how to open that gate. Could we go around? Could we just go around? I bet I could. We've come this far playing the real way. But look at all those enemies. Oh yeah, that's right. We're on a quest to find the guy's son. I remember now. That's why I'm doing it. I'm like, why am I playing this so carefully? We're supposed to find the dude's son. Or proof of his demise, which means all of these bodies will have to be examined, although narrative structure kind of dictates that we'll find the guy that the quest is about at the end, right, and not in the middle. They broke my apparel already, which is really bad, right? That's one thing about the robes, I guess, that I hadn't even thought of. as a consideration. So I don't think that clothes have durability. I don't think they do. Although I would need to look before I was certain. I don't think they do. So that would mean they can't break when your enemies attack them. And that would mean that your enchantments get to stay on. Because, like, I just repaired my stuff a little bit ago. And then, like, in a couple of fights, it's all busted again. And depending on what breaks, you know, because it doesn't always assign damage to your gear in the same order. Yeah, indeed. No durability for clothes, so it's an infinite source of your enchantment. I should make that part of my calculation. Yeah, we're gonna keep on going the real way through, since we are, after all, on theoretically a rescue mission. But if we get stuck in one more of those really weird doorways, I'm probably gonna, you know, choose to reevaluate my choices. Choose to reevaluate my choices. Re-choose the choices. Oh, that was a, that's a trap. And unlike normal Oblivion stuff, we want to go down rather than up. And we'll drop through the floor, because Atronach, and we won't drop through that floor, because that was lava. And that's why you want to look before you leap, when possible. That looks like a lava floor too. Now, I don't know if you would definitely die. Oh, hey, we did it! We have located Farwell and one other survivor of this group. They look wounded and shaken. I should speak to them to learn what's happened here. Yeah! Look what a good job we did.
Someone got here. What took you so long?
You're rude.
We are knights sworn. Many wish to join our rank. I set out with the rest of the knights to dispatch this blemish on the face of our fine world. When we arrived, we were overwhelmed. I myself was able to kill perhaps 200 of them, but they just kept coming. Only Bremen.
Wow, 40 Daedra? You must be very proud.
Here now. We can take the sigil stone from the... Are you mad? Now, I suggest we use the Raymond... The sigil stone for... The path is yours. Lead on.
I'm like, this dude is never gonna make it. Maybe he's an essential NPC, though. We'll find out soon enough, I'm sure. You know, they do some decent damage.
Lead on. The path is yours. Lead on.
Oh, so that's what opens the gates. Is getting in there. But, you know, we might have been able to just parkour down the side of the mountain and do it also. What's this stone? This stone is bad. We're just gonna... Yeah, we'll just put it on the pants because Fortified Blade isn't terrible. But I want to get better than Chainmail Greaves, right? To, oh, I'm not even wearing them. Oh, I'm not even wearing them. My beautiful tanned legs were out there for the sun. Going out pantsless. Well, now that we've sorted that out, it's time to lead the charge into the Oblivion Gate, very heroically. You know, I do wish that, you know, this isn't like a huge story, but at least there's something that, oh, don't go down there, guys. At least it's something that, you know, makes you feel like this is an Oblivion Gate for Cheydinhal that's different than the other ones. Because, like, you know, the Chorrol Gate... It was a little annoying, but it was the same as all the other ones, right? It's just really another Oblivion Gate. And somehow our guys are living. It must be because they are, you know, meant to be heroes for just one day. I will say these cats are doing a lot better than I thought they would. Oh, the summoner has fallen underneath us, and he is still sending things our way. Well, you know, we're just gonna leave. We're gonna leave him there, and hopefully my guys will agree.
I'm just warming up, pathetic worms. Die, damn you! Let's get this over with.
Paralyzed. Oh boy, we're in for it now, guys. We're in for the real fight. Oh, Farwell has been slain. Alas, he fought bravely, you know. He was kind of a jerk, but he fought bravely. You can't take that from him. We're just so very tanky now. But of course, that was always the goal, you know. That's why you choose Breton. And that's why you know, look, if you don't eventually get high levels of damage resistance and shield, you're just gonna die. You're just not gonna make it, and that's how it is. Ooh, Knights of the Thorn Medallion, 15 speechcraft on self. Don't mind if I do. This doesn't count as looting his body. After all, as I'm a knight now, we'll need to carry on the tradition. Ring of Speed seems fine. Bunch of stuff that I'll never use and will sell instead. Seems good. Alright. Well. We need a soul. So our sword's gonna be out of soul pretty soon. Unfortunately, with all these Dremora around, that's no source of souls at all. Their souls are not great or grand enough. They are too crunchy. Like, this dude have like a paralyzed enchantment on his sword? Because he got paralyzed because of my spell reflection. Yep, there you go. You know, it's almost worth carrying it just to use it, but it weighs 62, which is so much. But, you know, it also paralyzes people, you know, so maybe it'd be worth it. A paralyzed weapon is extraordinarily strong. Of course, I could probably make a better one and, you know, put it on a dagger or a bow or... The problem is I'm gonna run out of charge before too long, and then I'm gonna have no weapons to deal with here if we don't get like a Daedra or a Spider Daedra pretty soon. Also, of course, they're going to break my gear, like, again, because they do so much damage, and it seems like there's way more dudes in this than we would normally expect, but that's probably because the game thinks you're going to have, like, a couple of knights with you. There's this poison ring, absolutely garbage. Why would you ever need it? Ooh, there we go. 3% more spell reflect. So the Grand Amulet of Reflection is 17. But the amulet, oh, that's, yeah, yep, 3% better. Bam, amazing. Absorb is sort of better than Reflect. It's nice to have both. So we have very high spell resist. We also have some spell Absorb, which doesn't get us hurt and gives us the MP for it. And then we have some spell Reflect, and that, of course, does just what it says on the tin. It reflects the spells back at your enemies, which can be very wonderful, especially if it's something like Paralyze, and then, you know, you just realize, oh, they were going to get me, but instead they have become the gotten. Oh, I forgot to repair my gear. So now we have no more shock charges in our weapons. We've used them all up. And they do not appear to be giving us very many sources of new souls. I might have a bunch of soul gems with souls in them. I guess this would be a time to learn that. Man, what I wouldn't give for a Varla stone. Yeah, so after repairing all of our stuff, that one Ruma fight broke all of it again. It's, yeah, so the armor damage calculation has to be like difficulty dependent too, right? So it'd be like from the static amount that they are doing after the difficulty modifier, but before reduction. Because otherwise it just doesn't make sense that my stuff would be breaking so swiftly. That's not the right door. I'm like, let me get into the Sigillum Sanctus, please. That's all I want. Whenever you accidentally hit a Daedroth, they just turn their head at you. They're like, you really? Is that what you think is going on today? That's what's hot on the streets? You're just gonna hit your buddy? Alright, we're gonna go here, because this is the end of it. How did we get a grand soul in there? Did the Daedra actually have souls and I just didn't know it this whole time? Anyway. This guy thinks he's tough, but it's like, what's it really all for, man? This is really how we're gonna live our life, locked in this eternal struggle where you hit me with your sword and I hit you with mine. My gear just slowly breaks, and I wonder why anything is the way it is. Oh no. I just looked at my HP. It was very low. I was getting trucked on by... Oh, my apparel's broken, you know. It's probably something that was reducing my damage by a lot. That'll get us basically nothing. Command creature on target, that's terrible. Journeyman Alembic, might be better than our Alembic. How good's our Alembic? Oh, we weren't even carrying one. No, that might not be true. Nope, we weren't even carrying one. Well, so it goes for the Knights of the Thorn. They fought bravely, and I'll even tell everybody that they did, you know, because they didn't have to die for a dumb reason. They could have stayed home and been rich and worn their necklaces. Could have done if they had wanted to. Alright, I guess Dude Man isn't even here anymore. Oh, he's out walking this way.
You've done it. But what of Farwill? Then it's a sad day in Cheydinhall. The knights were boastful louts, but they didn't deserve to be killed. I'll stay here and do a final sweep of the area. You're to report to the Count directly, as he wishes to speak with you. It's a shame so many of the knights fell. Count Inderis is waiting.
And so it falls. The final dedicated Oblivion gate to one of the towns of Cyrodiil. And about time, too, as we have traversed much of the country to accomplish these goals. This way.
I don't know you, and I don't care to know you.
Love when someone in the game's like, I don't know you and I don't care to know you. If you ever drop that on someone in real life, I have. Not that exact structure, but like, I don't want to talk to you, ever. And then, you know, you just walk away from them. Oh no, I have just stolen a mushroom. In broad daylight.
Yeah, we're all... Farewell.
They say they're always on duty. They didn't see me do it, and that means it didn't happen. I want to take these mushrooms, though. The Count with his butterfly bushes and such, you know, what a cool guy. This is locked, which of course means we're going to break into it. With the skeleton key, you don't have to remember how to lockpick. No, I just remembered how, and then as the accident would happen, you know, we arrived at the Shrine of Nocturnal by the road, and I was like, well, after all, why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I keep it?
Yeah. What do you want? If the guards don't, goodbye.
Like, she has taken her sweet time getting to the chair. No, we're gonna have him, the count. The countess was the
Yes?
last town. Hello, Count.
Greetings to you.
Is he married?
Hi there.
Nope. That's just a maid.
Thank you. To be frank, good day.
A paper push person. A
I'm
secretary.
pleased to finally meet the savior of Chorrol. And although the death of Farwill saddens me, I know you did the best you could. I realize he was trying at times, and he spoke before he thought, but he was still my son, and I adored him greatly. I'm sure he was difficult to travel with, and I respect your patience.
Wow.
Whereas others
Man, this guy actually had the measure of the whole man,
I'm
huh?
sure you fought at his side. Your actions are duly... I thank you for your sympathy. Thank you. You are truly worthy of all the praise being given to you. I salute you. I'll keep the ring as a reminder of... On second thought, you keep it. You were the last to travel with him, and I feel you deserve it as a memento of your achievement. I won't take no for... I thank you...
Such a wild thing to do, but I guess, you know, it's his way of
I'll
not
miss him
having to
dearly.
think about him
Don't
anymore.
feel up. I will not forget. I do not blame you for my son's death. He brought that upon himself.
What a mature
As hard
count.
as it
He
is for a
immediately is
father
like, you
to-
know what?
Since the immediate threat to Chorrol,
He was kind of messing
I'm
up.
saddened. Good day.
What a stand-up guy. But I think it's many a nobleman through history who's looked at their heir and lamented what they're passing on in terms of the mantle of leadership and wealth and power. One might conclude from that hereditary nature of positions is fundamentally flawed, but one may not. You know, there's a lot of different ways to analyze a thing.
Good to see you.
Morning.
What's new with you? May I interest you in some of my fine wares? You got a great, a good, you an ex, a good. You got a great deal there. You made a good.
Like I literally don't want that ring. I'm just gonna sell it. I'm not gonna honor his memory or anything. Staff of Fire. When would we ever
That
need
seems
it?
a fair price.
I'm not gonna carry that. I shouldn't have even taken it with me. We could have gotten a better price for some other thing, no doubt.
Drive a hard. Thank. Farewell.
Now, what was our Oblivion Stone prize? Not that one. Not that one. More shock damage on strike. You know, we need to not do that. We need a dagger with like cold or something on it. So we'll hold on to it. Whoops. I didn't mean it. I was just knocking on the door. Yeah, that's all of the counts. That's all of them.
What is it?
Going on with you?
Like, and I
Horrible things.
don't need to go to the other gate. I need to go to this gate. It always doesn't look like a gate. It always looks like an entrance to the castle.
Well met.
To my my initial scan. I fell down. And here in the beautiful snowy reaches, an Oblivion gate rises like a claw from the countryside. We're gonna go around. Man, the way that you can see stuff from far away, it's very satisfying. Because really just like being able to look up and see my my wonderful house there on the side of the mountainside from basically anywhere in the whole land. It's very cool. We're gonna skirt the side of the mountain here. Got real rock climbing mithril boots on. Got the chalk on. Got a healthy serving of chalk attached to our boots. Sorry about that. But for those of you who are not rock climbers, the chalk is very important. Normally you don't put it on your shoes much. It's mainly a hand thing. But the chalk is very important. And now we enter our house. This is the first time I've been here with everything turned on, so this is just a thing that looks cool. Yeah. We can at last light the other altar. Bam, altar of enchanting. We don't have any grand souls though. But speaking of spells, let us So now we've got our acrobatics one, and then we will put our and then we need to, so we need to get a speed and athletics one. That'll make us go very fast. We'll probably just do it for like 30 seconds, because otherwise it'll be too slow. And then we can go and get an athletics also on here. Yeah, so now we can, like... cast that. So Speed Demon will take almost all of our whole magic pool. It'll take, 247 out of it, but it'll make us run really fast. And we never use Dremor Lord Summon. We don't really use the light either, but now we'll be... in better shape there. Alright, did we need... I don't think we needed any of the other things made up yet. Because our shield's fine. Yep, seems okay. Let's just poke around the house a little bit more. Okay, so we've got a little alchemy set. That's cool. Got our books. Manual of spellcrafting to teach us how to spellcraft. A whole bunch of fundamental alchemy books that are all the exact same. The library could have used a little work. You don't need one book 100 times, no matter what the book is. Alchemical Brilliance added to the spell list. Oh. I guess this just makes you have 15 points higher alchemy. Maybe all the time, maybe just when you're here. Oh yeah, it's just when you're there. Got it. You already had this room set up, so yeah, you just get like, some cool stuff. The old murder mystery book, always a hit. And then yeah, and here's where I've left some of my stuff. My alchemy things, and that reminds me, let's do that again. Keep the Knights of the Thorn medallion there. It's just a portal that lets you get to the top so that you can survey, the beauty of the surrounding land. And man, is it ever beautiful, right? You look down, you're like, there's Cheydinhal. And there's Bruma. And then way in the distance, Chorrol. It's marvelous. What a good area in the game, man. If this had been here back in the day, and I had known about it, I guess it was in the game once upon a time, I just didn't know, I would have been very, very into this house. It would have inspired me greatly. And there's a vault. Let's see what that means. The vault, the family vault. Oh, that's a guardian of the vault. So here we just have a bunch of different trash boxes, but maybe the fact that there's a lot of the boxes is good, and that's what you're paying for, and the guardians. And I guess, you could have your idea of what you would want in each box. Oh, and they got a little wine cellar thing too, so that totally makes the vault worth it. Plus you got little dudes to guard it, and who doesn't like that, Who doesn't? But we're not going to have time to get the Armor of Tiber Septim today, but we are going to run back to the Crowd Ruler Temple, I guess, and that's where we'll start off on the next video. So, with that in mind, here's what it looks like when we cast Speed Demon. Oh my goodness, I'm so quick. I'm like almost dying there. All right, gonna need to chill a little bit and get some more health back. Cause like we go a lot faster when you're all the way jumped up. For example, observe. And when you boost the athletics super high, it takes almost no fatigue to run. And though it takes my full, mana bar to do it, on a character that doesn't fast travel, getting a spell like this, well, if I could have done it a long time ago, would be good to have access to spell crafting for characters that don't fast travel for exactly this reason. Because once you can make a massive speedy athletic spell, then you're good. You can do anything you want to do. So for acrobatics, so there's my jump right now. But when I cast acrobat and jump, I guess it's a lot more of a jump, right? Now we can't quite get in the wall, I don't think. But just like, for example, with high acrobatics and speed, that's the sort of thing you can do. Just theoretically leap all the way in. Or, you jump from here to here, and, it's very cool. Yes, it is a good evening. Spam speed on the horse. Oh, that's brilliant. Love it. But as we stand here on top of the paling wall, there's not much less to do for me today. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, thanks for hanging out, Shade Freeze. I've got to get ready for work and such, so that's all for me right now. I might be back on in 10 hours or so. But anyway, thanks for watching, and perhaps I'll see you in another streamer video. Hope you have a good day.